Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido, and today we're coming here from Lumiose City where the Yellows are hosting the Pewter Skulls, and unbelievably these two sides are currently tied for 13th place, both sitting one spot out of a leader's 8th position. They've both taken down the same amount of Pokemon, and they've both had the same amount of Pokemon eliminated from their team, both coming in with 4 wins, and they have met multiple times, including in a leaders trials final. But today is where it counts, so with all that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the electric types? Will it be the rock types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And it is going to be that Terrestrial draftee as well, with that Champions Experience Bam Bombardier alongside Pewter going up against the fellow Terrestrial draftee. It is going to be that Cantonian Weezing for the Lumiose Yellows alongside Pachirisu. Speaking of Champions Experience, but as we said, both these sides are currently tied for 13th place, trying to get themselves into a leaders 8 position. And we also touched on they've met in the leaders trials final, the only 2 times the Yellows have been successful in taking down the Skulls that got them an Elite 4 position, as we get the super effective Leaf Storm from Pachirisu, taking it straight to Bombardier, lowering its own special attack in the process here. But Bombardier is going to respond with the Explosion. And that's one way to start off this matchup, as it is going to take down Pachirisu with it, with a critical play as well. But Bombardier has eliminated itself already from this match, doing damage to its own teammate. Fortunately, not very effective onto Pewter. However, Weezing is going to respond with a super effective Bone Rush. It gets the first connection of this multi-hit move, and with that second connection, Pewter has been eliminated, and the Lumiose Yellows at the end of this first turn have already taken the lead with 4 Pokemon remaining for the Skulls. One Pokemon being taken down from the Yellows. It is the Dene joining Weezing. It is going to be that Dusk form Lycanroc coming out for the Skulls, who is joined by Sudowoodo. It is Lycanroc taking the speed control immediately with the Expanding Force, taking it straight to Weezing here. Weezing hangs on by a thread, and we get the shelter from the Dene, not going on the offensive. Instead, it is going to boost its physical defense a great deal, and the Skulls are highly physically offensive, as it is the Meteor Beam being set up by Weezing here, overflowing with this space power. It is going to boost that special attack, as Sudowoodo though could take it out of this matchup, instead going with the tearful look onto that very adorable Dedenne. It is going to lower its physical attack as well as that special attack, and Lycanroc following it up with the head smash onto Dedenne, and it is a 1-hit wonder. Dedenne has been eliminated, but Lycanroc is going to be taking quite a bit of recoil damage in the process. Weezing still holding on, finishes off the Meteor Beam, going for Lycanroc as well, and Lycanroc has now been eliminated immediately after this match was tied up. The Yellows have taken back the lead, but Sudowoodo is going to go for the Grass Knot, and it was before Weezing by itself on the field, but Weezing's been eliminated. Now it's Sudowoodo who's going to have a moment to itself in this matchup, and already it is a 3 versus 3 contest, as it is going to be Stonjourner entering for the Skulls. It is Pawmot entering for the Yellows alongside Electrode, and it is in its Hisuian form as immediately with the Avalanche, taking it straight to Stonjourner. It is not going to do that much damage, but Pawmot follows up by setting up the Stealth Rocks there, that entry hazard on the side for the Skulls for that last remaining Pokemon on the bench that we still don't know who it is, as it is Stonjourner going for the double team. It's trying to boost its evasiveness here, that will make it a much harder target for the Yellows, who have that fighting and a grass typing to capitalize on here, as the Bubble Beam from Sudowoodo is going to be resisted by that part grass type Electrode, who responds with the Crush Claw, doing practically nothing there to Stonjourner, but it does lower its physical defense in the process. And Pawmot capitalizes with the Hex as well, targeting Stonjourner, getting some great damage there. Stonjourner responds with the Mighty Cleave, taking it straight to Pawmot. Not very effective, but gets in some good damage, and Sudowoodo is going to follow it up with the Spike, cutting into the PP of Pawmot here. If this match drags out long enough, it will be left to struggle, but it is the Brave Bird now from Electrode that is going to be avoided by Stonjourner with that boosted evasive stat. Pawmot again with the Hex, though those 2 Hex back to back have taken Stonjourner out of this matchup, and the Yellows have once again taken the lead, but it's the Charge Beam here from Sudowoodo. It is going to be heavily resisted by Electrode, and the last Pokemon entering for the Skulls is now the midday form of Lycanroc, having those pointed stones, dig into it. It is Electrode with the Worry Seed on to Lycanroc here, telling it that it is going to be kept up all night long because it is going to lose to the Lumiose Yellows here once again. But Lycanroc is going to respond with the Poison Fang, putting Pawmot into knockout range with that critical play, but Pawmot does respond by going for the Lava Plume, doing more damage to its own teammate than it did to anybody else as the Skulls do resist that move, and Electrode is left with that burn. It's going to be taking passive damage thanks to its own teammate, but so is Lycanroc, both of them having their physical attack cut into. Sudowoodo going with the Sludge Wave, also going to hit everybody on the field, but it takes Pawmot out of this match. We're down to a 2 versus 2 contest already. It puts Electrode into knockout range and it has to contend with that burn. It needs to hold on. It has a berry, it down, it's holding onto the Staff Berry. It is going to boost that special defense. Not that it's got much defense to work with, but it is hanging on by a thread. Lycanroc also taking some passive damage here. The Yellows about to send out their last Pokemon, and it's going to be Lantern, the part Water type, as Electrode going with the Fury Swipes. That is going to be avoided though by the Skulls. This allows Lycanroc to try and capitalize, going with the Guard Split, not going for the easy elimination here of Electrode, who does have to contend with that burn as well. But it's the Clanging Scales from Lantern connecting with both members of the Skulls, getting some good damage. Sudowoodo, however, responds with the T-Tom in this high impact match. It is taking a break so they can all chow down on their berries, and whilst they're all having a snack, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the action in the PokeType League VGC, as there is that health being restored for Lycanroc thanks to that Enigma Berry. There was the special defense boost for Sudowoodo thanks to its Staff Berry. Nothing for Lantern, so it must have had a health restoring berry, and the burn on to Electrode. The Skulls have taken back the lead. Lantern is all by itself, but it does have that part Water type in it can capitalize on. We see Lycanroc still feeling the effects of that burn, but it's got the speed control going with the Accelerock, taking it straight to Lantern here, getting in some good damage, but Lantern is going to respond with the Volt Tackle onto Lycanroc, and we are down to Sudowoodo versus Lantern 1v1. Both these sides trying to separate themselves on the leaderboard. There is the recoil damage for Lantern as well. Sudowoodo is going to go with the Pound, getting in some great damage there onto Lantern. But Lantern tries to go for the teleport, but there's no one on the bench to take its place. That is going to fail. Sudowoodo is trying to capitalize, going for the Crab Hammer, but with that Water Absorb, it's just going to restore the health of Lantern, who's trying to capitalize, going for the Magnet Rise. It is going to levitate thanks to that Electromagnetism. It wants to avoid all ground type moves, but Sudowoodo going with the Fury Swipes, this multi-hit move. We saw it go for a Fury Swipes earlier on in the season, and it fell one short of winning a game for the Skulls. It's got 4. It gets the critical play. It needs one more, and it gets the 5th connection to hold on for the Skulls and get them the win over the Lumiose Yellows in this highly offensive, quick elimination match between these two sides who could barely separate themselves. But with that win, the Skulls move themselves up into 11th place, and next round they are going up against the Sootopolis Aqua, whereas for the Yellows, they drop to 14th, and next round they are going up against the Montana Vera Sylphs. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.